most people make isn't spending too much, but saving too much in dollars. You were taught that saving money is responsible, that trusting the financial system is smart, that if you work hard and play by the rules, everything will work out. But when you look closely at how the Federal Reserve actually operates, a different picture emerges. The truth is uncomfortable but powerful. The Federal Reserve System rewards those who understand it and quietly punishes those who don't. Once you understand how it works, you stop saving dollars and start investing for survival. Key point number one: the Federal Reserve destroys purchasing power by design. The Federal Reserve creates money out of nothing. When the government spends more than it collects, which happens every year, it issues debt. The Fed buys that debt and injects new dollars into the economy. No new goods, no new productivity, just more money. This is inflation. Inflation isn't just prices going up. Inflation is your savings buying less over time. It's an invisible tax that hits hardest if you hold cash. If you saved money 10 or 20 years ago and left it in dollars, you didn't preserve wealth. You lost it. Food, housing, healthcare, and energy all cost more, not because they suddenly became better, but because the dollar became weaker. The Federal Reserve knows this. Their own data shows that inflation is persistent and cumulative, yet the system continues because it depends on constant money creation to function. Saving dollars in this environment isn't safe. It's slowly destructive. Key point number two: the system rewards debt and punishes discipline. The second problem is incentives. The Federal Reserve claims to promote stability, but its policies consistently reward borrowers, not savers. Low interest rates encourage debt. Corporations borrow cheaply. Governments rack up trillions in deficits. Asset prices rise. Those closest to the money benefit first. Meanwhile, savers earn near zero interest while inflation eats away at their purchasing power. You're penalized for being responsible. This isn't accidental. The system needs debt-fueled growth to survive. If people stop borrowing and spending, the entire structure would collapse. So when markets break, the Fed steps in. Bailouts happen. Liquidity floods the system. Losses are socialized. Gains stay private. If you're a regular person, you don't get a bailout. You get higher prices and lower purchasing power. Understanding this makes one thing clear: saving dollars is not a neutral decision. It's a losing one. Key point number three: investing is financial self-defense. Once you understand the Federal Reserve, investing becomes non-negotiable. In a system where money can be printed endlessly, the goal is not to accumulate currency. The goal is to accumulate assets. Assets that produce value. Assets that are scarce. Assets that reprice higher as the dollar weakens. This is why people who understand the system invest in businesses, real estate, commodities, and other scarce assets. Not because they're greedy, but because they're realistic. When the measuring stick shrinks, everything else looks bigger. The real risk isn't investing. The real risk is holding depreciating dollars while pretending nothing is wrong. The Federal Reserve isn't protecting your future. It's managing markets and debt. You are responsible for protecting your purchasing power. Call to action. So here's the question you need to ask yourself. Will you keep doing what you were taught, saving dollars and trusting the system? Or will you learn how the system actually works and position yourself accordingly? This isn't about panic. It's not about speculation. It's about education and long-term thinking. Start learning how money works. Shift from a saver's mindset to an investor's mindset. Protect your time, your labor, and your future from a system that quietly devalues all three. Because the Federal Reserve will keep printing, inflation will continue, and the system won't change for you. The only thing you can change is how